Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the NFL Super Bowl print factory here, talking everything bets, props, DFS winners for the Super Bowl between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks here. Smash the like button on the video. We get this thing out nice and early for plenty of you guys to rewatch all throughout the weekend for Super Bowl winners here. And I got the man, the myth, the legend, at Big T44 DFS on Twitter. Big T ready and rolling in his Seattle jersey. My Seattle jersey is still somehow in transit, even though I paid 30 extra fucking shipping dollars for it, Big T. So I don't even have my Seattle jersey because it's in New York, Jamaica, New York, or whatever it said.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. Your team, you weren't prepared. You called them out for 3 straight months, every single week. Now they're here and they still let you down. You ordered the
ordered
jersey,
it
you
last
still can't
week,
get it.
dude. I ordered it last week. Paid 30 extra dollars for shipping. I'm very tilted.
That it sometimes processes a little late. Sometimes you click the button and it doesn't process. You got to get in there and go get it. You need to go over to like Dick's Sporting Goods and pick you one up and make it easy.
Do you think they in New England, you think they're selling Sam Darnold?
Yeah, they're selling. They want to make money. There's got to be Seattle jerseys somewhere.
I should have thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that and just go over to Dick's and see if they have.
They might have them in New England just to burn them or something like you would. Get them and whatever. It still sells for them.
Should I leave and go run to Dick's Sporting Goods and come back?
I want you to once it comes, you can just go to Wendy's and film it wearing your jersey in New England. Wear your jersey and eat your Wendy's, and it'll eat my
Wendy's and film it and tweet it out. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
That'll be good.
Oh God. Well, all right. That's what it is. If I get the jersey in time, I will wear it for Super Bowl and sit there as everyone else that I will be with will be rooting on the Patriots. Because Tony, no shocker to you, everyone around here loves the Patriots. Obviously, I'm in New England, Massachusetts. Everyone feels good about the Vrabel turned our team from the worst team to the best team, and they're feeling it in New England. This is Drake May's year. He got snubbed with the MVP. And now, by the way, we got to talk about that real quick. I know it doesn't pertain to the Super Bowl exactly, but did you see the voting for MVP? Did you agree with the voting for MVP? Everything goes back
to Stafford on this show. He gets knocked out by my Seattle team. It's like Jokic in our NBA shows. It always comes.
I didn't see a vote for Sam Darnold.
Matthew Stafford is at home. He still made his way into the beginning of this show.
MVP voting, NFL.
Look, to answer your question,
vote for Sam Darnold. Oh wait, Justin Herbert got a vote. Tony, why can't Sam Darnold get one vote?
Because he's busy going to the Super Bowl. He's not at home.
Yeah, okay.
Matthew Stafford's at home, and we're still talking about him. Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl.
Listen, Matt, you let me down, but you're still the GOAT, brother. I still believe in you. You were the deserved MVP winner. Now get out of here with Drake May. Drake May had the easiest schedule in the world. Matthew Stafford.
Wins always matter until it gets to Matthew Stafford and his 5th seed.
I got a question for you.
Jokic couldn't get the MVP because he doesn't win. No one ever can get it unless they win.
Jokic literally has like 3 MVPs. I don't want to hear it.
But then they said the last time he couldn't get it because he didn't win enough.
He didn't get it because they had to give SGA one. And the year Embiid won, we all know why he didn't win it that year. Embiid finally played good enough where they could give it to someone else. We all know why.
What's the vote? I didn't actually look at the voting until you said, was it really this close? 366 to 361?
So the final 2025 NFL MVP votes, I'm looking at them right now. We had 24 for Stafford, 23 for Drake May, 2 for Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert got 1.
But the overall points too was 366 to 361. That's like crazy close.
Ridiculously close.
I didn't realize it was that close, I don't think, until you brought it up.
Yeah. Well, imagine if that Justin Herbert MVP voter voted for Drake May.
Yeah.
And you got 24, 1 votes. Like that would have made it interesting.
Then it would have, it would have been within 4 if some of the, it should have been close too.
I mean, it was close. Let's be honest.
I have a bad feeling my screen's going to shut down on you because my screen keeps freezing on the other side. I hear you perfect, but my screen, I pulled up that voting thing. You hear that?
So you just went out for like a quick second, but you're back now. And I was gonna say
it was like freezing on me. I have a bad feeling it's gonna go down.
I was gonna say up to this point, you've been crisp.
The sound's been good. It was just I pulled up the voting and might have been
even your video has been crisp.
Okay, good.
Like you haven't.
I hope it doesn't go down. I was just a little worried because the screen kept freezing.
You haven't froze at all, but here's Josh. Josh Lee. He never lets you down. Bo Nix, clearly the MVP. Never lets you down right there. Congrats on the Stafford 15.
You had a good run, Josh Lee. You might have won that thing if your boy didn't get hurt.
Didn't Aaron Rodgers win an MVP throwing a ton of 1-yard touchdowns? I mean, it happens. What are we gonna do?
Aaron Rodgers, I'm convinced, is still convinced that he might be the most overrated of all time. Like, the more I think about it, the more I think he might be. And I've always liked Rodgers, but the more I break it down in my head, the more I think he might be the most overrated ever.
Why? Because he only won 1 Super Bowl?
And he just, like, when you actually think about what he did, I don't know. Like, I'm just not that impressed. I'm more impressed with Stafford than Rodgers. And I don't like Stafford that much.
You know, I don't mind Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I have a tiny little bias with Aaron Rodgers because he's helped me win a lot of money in DFS. So I'm a little biased from that standpoint, but I'm not biased enough to pick a fight with you over you saying that, to be honest with you. I don't have like that. I
feel like he's always like lost with better teams too in the playoffs. And like, I don't know.
So is there a little like, is Aaron Rodgers like kind of a douchey guy? Is that factoring in at all?
No, that doesn't factor for me. I don't, no? I do think that's kind of true, but that doesn't factor for me. He does love himself. He would suck himself for sure. But that doesn't bother me. Lots of people are like that. That doesn't.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's maybe that good.
Some dude voted for Herbert. Like, he actually
when you vote like that, though, you should lose your vote. Like,
so he actually outed himself. He said, "I'm the guy." I think his name is Sam. Hold on, Sam. What was his last name? I'm blanking on it. Right. He actually
say when he outed himself.
He explained it. He pretty much said like Justin Herbert, what he had to do with the worst offensive line in football and all this stuff.
He didn't do anything though.
He's saying like the record pretty much. He's saying that he played amazing for what he had to work with and stuff like that. He had constant pressure in his face. The only other person to deal with that type of pressure in his face was Justin Fields, but Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long, like blah, blah, blah. Justin Herbert, you know, that's why he voted for him, because he felt like the odds were completely stacked against him, and to do what he did was honestly impressive. I want to find his name. I got to find his name, though. I agree with you, honestly. But he did at least, I at least applaud him for coming out and saying, like, hey, it was me, and this is why.
And he gave his reasons. Okay, I mean.
Yeah. I gotta find him, though, real quick. I gotta find this damn guy here. Seahawks win by 30, Benair says. Okay, Benair, my score. Yeah, 53-17. Okay, let's pump the fucking brakes here on 53-17. Tony, we'll get to the score, obviously, in a second. Okay, here's his name, though. Sam Monson is his name. I've never heard of him before. I don't know. I have no idea, but that's
is he the dude from Kingpin's brother? That wasn't his name, Ray Munson or Roy Munson?
I'm not sure. But yeah, no, that's him. So Yeah, I don't know. You should lose your vote though. I'm more on your side. I feel like you should lose
I
your
mean,
vote.
you can't just vote for random stuff. Like this year, it was pretty clear you were voting for Stafford or you were voting for Drake May. Like, just pick one of those two and vote for him.
Yeah, I mean, even Josh Allen, I don't really get like. But
yeah, why he could be the best player, but he didn't have the best year. Like, so
correct.
why are we voting for him? It's not a career award; it's a year award.
Yeah, I feel like he got those votes on name. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. Like, I'm trying to be respectful at the same time. Like, he got those votes on name. The Herbert thing, I don't, because he didn't get those votes on name.
I
That's
mean, Herbert and Josh Allen's like the same vote for me. Like, I don't
So
have
you
any.
think the Josh Allen people should also lose their vote?
I mean, it's probably not that bad when
Yeah.
you phrase it like that. Like, he's good enough to where, like, okay, you voted for. And the other two, like, I don't think it was clear cut. Like, yeah, whatever.
So Sam says, Big T, hell of a season-long contest you put together. Looking forward to it again next year.
I do enjoy those. Those contests are fun. It was a pain in the butt to put all the like standings and stuff together, but it was fun. I like doing the year stuff. We did it for golf and MMA too. You can still get in those. Those are fun.
James is saying he was the one vote that didn't pick Daniels for rookie.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy should lose his vote for sure. Like, I mean, when you do multiple things like this, you can't be the contrarian in the voting stuff. Like, just whatever. Like, if you do it once. I mean, if that's true and he didn't vote him either, like he should just take his vote.
How did he not vote for Jaden Daniels last year? That was like the obvious.
What like newspaper does he work for? Who is he?
Sam Monson, the Irish NFL. This is his Twitter or X, whatever. Irish NFL analyst, prematurely predicting decline, formerly of PFF, co-host and check the Mike podcast. I've never heard of this guy, but
take this guy's vote. Take it.
How does he get a vote anyways?
I'm sure it was because PFF or like how these guys get the vote. They're always in like a newspaper or something. Like they write some key article or something like that.
By the way, why can't it be like former Hall of Famers that get votes?
Yeah.
They should like rotate it like every 10 years. They just change the votes to like newer Hall of Famers, guys that are like, why not?
I wish there was a way just to like have the sharpest people. I don't know how they would do it though. Like, because even some of the Hall of Famers probably don't even watch football that much anymore or something like.
Yeah, I guess.
I wish you could have like the people that actually watch it all year, like do it. Like, I don't know how you would determine
like
that
who,
though.
Like Tom Brady, like who?
Yeah, like Brady can vote. He did call games, but he's an owner, so obviously. But in theory, like he could vote. Like guys that freaking watch Peyton Manning, Eli Manning do the games, they can vote.
Yeah.
Like Romo can do it. Like, I mean, all these guys like that can vote. Like,
I mean, most of those guys you just said are probably Hall of Famers, right?
Or maybe like every team gets to pick two people. Like, okay, every team pick your two people that you want to vote. And who's your sharpest two? Every team gets to vote 2 votes. Whoever you want them to be, you pick your 2 people.
Yeah, I like that. The problem is they will be biased, obviously.
No, but you gotta pick them like where they're not gonna be biased. Like your 2 sharpest people, like whoever.
It should be because how the hell does this guy even have a vote is beyond insane. Like, got to figure that out. It's something. I agree with you. It should be something about like you're watching the games, you're calling the games, stuff like that. You're in it. Yeah.
Some of the like ESPN and Fox people too that are there that are actually sharp. Like give them some votes.
How many of the ESPN people are actually sharp right now?
The people that break down film and actually like look at it. Like
the only guy I could think of is like maybe Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, like Orlovsky should definitely have a vote. Like people like that. He's smart with the stuff. He knows what he sees.
Just not Ryan Clark. He's terrible. He's like the Kendrick Perkins of NFL guys.
That's the problem is you're always gonna have people like that.
Always. Yeah.
That's why it's hard. That's why. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not
Van Pelt. I'd give Van Pelt a vote.
Yeah, like Van Pelt should definitely get one.
Yeah, I agree.
He probably does have one. I think I thought I heard he did have one, like someone like that.
Does he? He should, honestly. Yeah. If this guy gets a vote, then what the hell? He definitely should get a vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's crazy. That's enough talk though. There we can actually get into the game that everyone wants to talk about, which is Super Bowl, New England Patriots and Seattle Seahawks here. 4.5-point spread on DraftKings Sportsbook right now. 45.5 is the total here. And the first thing that struck me, Tony, when going back and looking at this is when the odds dropped originally after both teams had won and everything like that, I'm like, Seahawks minus like 3.5, 4.5. That line's probably going to move. I feel like a ton of people are going to be betting Seattle. I felt like the under was like the easiest thing. It opened at 46.5. It's only dropped a point to 45. And that was, I feel like, pretty early in the week. And it's kind of been sitting at 45.5, hasn't moved the total. And the 4.5 line hasn't moved either. So I don't know what's going on because I feel like everyone that I talk to that's not in New England loves Seattle. And the only people that love New England are the people in New England. Shocker. So I don't know. Maybe you're seeing something different or hearing something different. People are betting New England maybe. I don't know because I haven't seen a lot of people betting New England big. And I saw something saying that like 80% of the spread bets so far are on Seattle. So that tells me, most of the people betting this thing right now are heavy on the Seahawks. That doesn't mean the money, I guess, is all on Seattle though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good line, honestly. Like, I feel like you're going to get pretty neutral action. A lot of the sites I look like unabated, different spots, like it's pretty settled in at 4.5 everywhere, 45.5, like you said. I don't think we see a ton of movement. And all the sites I look at for like money and stuff, I think it's close enough for a game like the Super Bowl where I think New England will get action. Like, there's still a lot of people that don't like Seattle. There's still a lot of New England fans. There's New England fans here from all the Brady years, like that just are religious New England people. I think it's a good line. I think it's a good line for action, not a good like what I think it. I think it's a great money making spot too, but I think it's going to get level action. I don't see it moving a ton either. So
Yeah. James says all the money. I think all the money. I saw a headliner saying 80% of the spread bets. I didn't see anything about the money, but I believe that all the money's on Seattle too. I believe that.
Yeah, I don't agree with you guys as much, but yeah, I mean, it could be. I honestly, yeah, I mean, it could be. A lot of times you're going to get money on the favorites and over.
You're right. New England is a popular team, though, just from all the Brady
all the sites
years.
I'm looking at, like it's somewhat close to even. And I never trust the numbers anyways. How do we know the numbers they put out are correct? I always
we
wonder
don't.
that. Like,
We have no idea, obviously.
if they like say it one way, are they trying to push you in? I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know, and I don't honestly care all that much in this spot. You're always going to get a ton of action on the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know. They don't want that much liability on one side unless they're just super confident in the Patriots, which I don't imagine they are. Like, what
I want to know is how many people have how much liability do these sites have on like the big futures back in the offseason when these teams were 50, 60 to 1 to win the Super Bowl or maybe higher even. I wonder what type of liability they have from that standpoint, because there's got to be some sickos out there that have 50, 60, 70 to 1 tickets on these teams.
Gotta be. I've seen a decent amount of them too, especially on the Patriots side where they were just huge odds coming into the year.
I mean, Seattle was too. Seattle was what, third or fourth in their division, and they were massive.
I think I picked them in our preseason to finish under 5.5 wins or something, and then like midseason I picked them to win. That shows you how quick things swing.
Yeah,
with the numbers and stuff. I honestly, the number that shocks me more than the spread is the total. Like, it just feels high to me, like crazy high, which almost alarms me a little bit. That, I mean, Seattle's known for their defense, and New England's defense has been pretty good scheme-wise too, even though I think they're a little overrated. But 45.5 just feels so heavy to me. And I get that in the Super Bowl, you're going to get more over action than probably you normally would because people like betting overs. But man, it just seems so high to me. The under feels like such a good bet that it almost looks so weird that it scares me, though.
That's the way I felt, because I've been saying it, like I said, since the odds came out, and I'm like, under 46 and a half, under 45. I mean, give me it. Let me
Yeah.
just I want to just put all my money on that. I don't even want to pick a side. I just want to put it on the under. And we know people hate betting unders, especially in these Super Bowl games, Tony. And that's kind of what alarms me too, because I feel like, a lot of people are going to be pushing the over. But
you look at it too, like I'm looking at their whole season, like Seattle. I was just curious of their totals. The only time their totals are like higher than this game is versus the Rams in San Francisco. When at San Francisco, one of them was higher. So like they played the Rams and it's another reason that obviously I'm going to be on Seattle. I've been on them a long time. But they played they played the Rams in San Francisco 6 times.
And by the way, two of the sharper offensive minded coaches who know the team very well, and vice versa. Seattle knows their teams very well too. So it's not like, but this is a totally different thing. Now you got New England and Seattle. This is not the same thing. Vrabel as opposed to, not that Josh McDaniels isn't a good OC, but like still, it's a little different here. And
every single other game is like 41 and a half, 42, 40. The Atlanta game even was 44.
Because even your Seattle team, Tony, they will sit on leads.
Yeah.
When they're not playing Matthew Stafford or Brock Purdy in San Francisco. That just tells you everything, though. Like the amount of respect they have for those teams than other teams. Like they're okay with, kicking field goals and running and not having Sam Darnold have to be MVP, right? Where I think the Patriots, I think they're going to have Drake May MVP to win this game. I think that's the difference in these two teams.
I don't even see what the path would be besides Drake May being MVP. Like, there's no way it's just going to be Ramondre Stevenson or something like going to I just don't see how.
Dude, there's zero. The only team that's run on the Seattle team all year is the Rams. And that's it. Like nobody else. And both these teams, for that matter, are tough to run on because they both don't need to stack the box to stop the run. That's like the most impressive thing of both these teams is like they can stop the run without having to stack the box, especially Seattle, but even the Patriots too. Both of them are really good from that standpoint. So I think it's just like with which quarterback doesn't like fuck it up. And I don't know who do you trust more, like not to fuck it up, Tony? Are you more on the Sam Darnold can do just enough to win the game, or Drake May? Because I feel like that's what this game is going to kind of come down to.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to pull up the box score from the Texans Patriots just because similar matchup, just from the way that the game's played, and without CJ Stroud throwing the four interceptions, and the score was 28-16 still, so somewhat close to where the total's at in that spot. But man, Houston was so bad. I was trying to remember too, like the running back situation. What was Houston's running back situation going into that?
Woody Marks.
I know, like, why does it? I thought he did better than he did, though.
No,
I guess it was in the pass game was what I was.
It was
thinking.
The game before, Tony.
That's what it was. The game, because I was trying to remember his exact numbers.
The Pittsburgh game, he kind of had a better game, but
that's where I was confused, and I just kept looking at it like, what am I looking at wrong? Because I didn't think he was great in the game, but because New England, we've talked about it all year, how they shut down the run, they do all that. And in my head, I felt like he had like 60 yards and he had 17. Usually my head doesn't lead me astray when it comes to
At one point, he had 13 carries for 13 yards. I remember
he finished 14 for 17. And
he
only had catches too.
Because I had him as my anti-play, 2 weeks in a row, and he did well that one game, I think, against Pittsburgh. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm coming right back. He's going to suck. He's going to get it. And I remember being like, 13 carries, 13 yards. So,
yeah.
Finally got there. K Reed says, fuck this game. I'm going to rewatch last year's during the game. I'm sure you will, K Reed. I'm sure you will whack off to the Eagles dusting the Chiefs from last year. James says 725K on New England Patriots money line at plus 195. That would win 1.4 million. I saw a dude, same better who wagered 50K on Seattle to win the Super Bowl at 60. Ooh, yeah. So that was the guy
on the Seahawks at 60-1 is that's a man's bet there.
I saw that ticket. That's crazy right there.
That's a man. You got to have some corn to put that up, anyways. Like 50K on that.
We'll get to we'll look at the MVP odds and we'll see who we like here. I know Big T loves himself some Rashid Shaheed. So.
As many weeks as you've been against Seattle, as many weeks as he's busted for me. He hasn't done anything. Is it finally his time?
I don't know. Is it finally his time, Tony? You're gonna
I always end up on him. Even when I don't like him, I end up on him. He finally got deep last game and then still didn't house it though. He beat the coverage and still didn't get all the way there.
He got tackled. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen, like Kevin said, I asked 20 people who's going to win the game, and every person said Seattle. I think if you're not in New England, I think you're going to get a lot of Seattle's going to win the game. But what do we think about the spread, Tony? Are you kind of are you being a little careful with this 4.5? Do you think New England can?
I'm not being careful because I think it's a total mismatch. I think Seattle got through their gauntlet. Like I said, they beat San Francisco. Oh, they didn't beat. They played San Francisco and Seattle.
They beat them for the 1 seed.
Yeah, they beat them for the 1 seed, and then they beat both of them again in the playoffs. But 6 total matchups against them. Where New England, and it's the same talking point everyone brings up. New England had to beat a Denver team in a snowstorm without a quarterback, and they beat Houston, who has CJ Stroud, who sucks. Like all that, it's just different. They're just different. These teams are different. I don't see how New England can win this football game. Everyone can talk about everyone's on this or that, or I don't see how New England can win. I think it's going to be a blowout too. I think it's a total mismatch. I think Seattle's coaching staff is geniuses at game planning, and you give them 2 weeks to prepare. I just don't see how New England wins. So for me, every Super Bowl we've done, I don't know how many years we've done this now with the Super Bowl shows. Every year I'm not like super confident either. I don't love the matchup sometimes. I do love this matchup though. I just don't see how they can win this football game. And it's only 4.5, which feels like a gift to me. I just feel like, I feel like it's going to be easy money. And I'm more worried about the total, honestly, even though I love the under. Like I said, I feel like it's a little trappy. Like maybe Seattle's just going to score on New England. And then maybe New England in turn will be forced to move the ball a little bit, which worries me. So I'm more confident on Seattle minus 4.5 than the total, even though I in my head, I love the under. And I will bet the under too. I'm more cautious though with it.
I just think New England's going to have to be able to run the football a little bit to move like the Rock to score, unless they're just capitalizing on all the big plays down the field that they try and make, which I just don't know if they will.
You and Matty Ice, one more for the brand. one more ride, one last ride.
I will say it makes for a way better show when me and Big T are at odds. I wish I could be at odds for him. I just buy into this. New England, and I know if New England people are going to hate it when I say this, but they got a fucking blizzard and a Bo Nix broken ankle to win that
backwards pass. Like the only way they scored was the dude just
literally
throwing the ball backwards.
In the field goal that they kicked that ended up winning them the game, Tony, they shouldn't have had, because Drake May didn't get that 4th down, and we all fucking know it. We all have eyes, and we all fucking saw he did not make that line to gain. I still don't know how they gave him that line to gain. I have no fucking idea. That was insane to me. It felt like this whirlwind that like shoved New England. I mean, they got Houston with no Nico Collins. Schultz goes out with an injury. CJ Stroud pissed his fucking pants 5 different times in the game. It was insane. So kudos to them for getting there. You still got to win the games, whatever. I totally understand it. But at some point, can reality just set the fuck in, Tony, for the New England Patriots?
The teams, yeah, they're just different weight classes. Like Seattle's just way better than them. And the only way that I see the game going differently is just turnovers. Like if Seattle if Darnold makes bad plays, or if they fumble a punt, if Shaheed's bringing it back and gets hit and fumbles, like those plays like that can definitely swing it. Like early in the game, say whatever, that Seattle fumbles and they just give them 7 or something, like that changes massively. And another thing too is I seen all these videos of this dude walking into the hotel limping and stuff on his ankle. Like it's the freaking Super Bowl. He didn't have a boot on. They're gonna have him amped up with every possible fix and drug. I'm not worried about an ankle on Super Bowl. Like he is gonna have everything he needs by then. He's gonna be totally fine. If he was in a boot and like totally hobbling around, I'd have been a lot more. He wasn't even in a boot. He was limping a little, but I am not, as a guy that's had his ankle hurt a million times, I am not as worried about that dude.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not as worried about him. On top of it, too, we have New England. It's not like they have these crazy skill guys that Seattle's going to even have to. I mean, they have Stephon Diggs.
Think about who the Rams had. They had to deal with all those Rams guys, which is the tough matchup. I mean, you got better dudes everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. If you can slow those guys, I mean, not that they slow. I mean, Puka had like 1 billion yards and whatever, but going from that, Tony, to this New England team where you're going to have to see Matt Collins, and I actually don't want to spoil this, but I actually like Kayshon Boutte a little bit on the Patriots side. But still, really? Difference between Boutte and Devontae Adams is just, come on, really? This is what we're getting thrown at. And then the offensive line, like the Rams offensive line to the New England offensive line, that, don't forget, struggled against Houston and Denver. And now you got to face Seattle, who's another tough front to deal with. It just feels like, I got a question for you. Where is there one spot that New England has an edge to you?
Well, Drake May's better than Darnold, obviously.
Drake May's better than your MVP, Sam Darnold?
Why do you keep saying my MVP?
Clip that, everyone. He was a Sam Darnold guy all day
one when we've argued on this show. I said it was because of the defense, and you still keep bringing up MVP
Sam
Darnold.
Stop it, Sam Darnold.
Because originally 3 months ago you went against him every week, and your point was always Darnold doesn't. Darnold's going to have to do. First of all, he did.
Sam Darnold wins Super Bowl MVP. Me and you are going to go. I'm going to fly down to Kentucky, and we're going to go bird watching. We're going to go bird watching.
I mean, he probably is going to win the Super Bowl MVP because he's the quarterback and the team that's going to win it. So there's a decent chance he does win it.
I will say it's really interesting when you look at the Super Bowl MVP odds because there's like 2 or 3 guys and then there's just like everybody else. So it's
which there should be. Like there's not. You could almost take a long shot, though, on like a defensive guy for Seattle or something. If they somehow got a couple sacks and a score or something, that it could easily happen where you get a long shot bet.
So this is like, okay, Pats definitely run the ball against Seattle. I'm not saying they don't run the ball. I'm saying they won't have success running the football. There's a difference. Vrabel is going to try and run the football 100%, but
that guy hates Seattle's defense, though. All his messages are talking about how Seattle's defense is overrated.
But how are they going to run the football? They're not playing the Miami Dolphins or the New York Jets. This is totally different. What did they do against the Broncos here? I'm curious here. So the Broncos, Ramondre had 25 carries, 2.8 yards per carry, 71 total rushing yards against the Denver
Broncos. New England sucks. Like, why do people think that New England sucks?
Drake May, I think if you're a Patriots guy and you hate Seattle, this is how you win. Drake May needs to be awesome running the football again. Drake May needs to have another 10 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown, Tony. I think they need They need something like that because Seattle's going to challenge these receivers and play some man. And Drake
They're
May's
going to
going to
definitely spy. Like this, Mike McDonald, that is his name before I get laughed at, right? Mike McDonald.
Yes. I love how you have to ask though. Is my favorite
Because
part.
I always get confused McDonald and
McDaniels. I know who you get confused.
yeah, and it's my team, and I was definitely going to get
No,
made.
it's funny to me because whenever you say something and I know you're not like 100% certain, you like slow down when you talk a little, and I know you're about to like.
We've done too many shows, and
I
I
know
was going
you're
to
like
look it up, but
thinking.
I was already talking, and I'm like, please don't be an idiot and say this wrong.
Yeah,
But
you're
anyways,
good
I believe in him almost as much as any, like the offensive coaches, how we believe in them. Certain guys, you just know they're gonna. I believe in him on defense. I just don't think he's gonna let Drake May. Like I just think he's gonna either spy him or he's gonna not. I just don't think he's gonna let him beat him. I trust him with his game planning so freaking much. I just in 2 weeks to prepare.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He's definitely unbelievable on defense, and I think he's gonna have a great game plan. So back to this though. So you think the one spot that the Patriots have is quarterback? That's it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some spots that are like somewhat close, but the rest of the offense obviously is Seattle.
No, would you take their O-line, their D-line, their secondary, their like?
I don't know enough about every position, like line by line, to even. I don't want to just say it.
I'll answer this. I'm taking Seattle's O-line. I'm taking Seattle's D-line. I'm taking Seattle's secondary. I'm taking Seattle's skill guys. I'm taking Seattle's running backs. I'm taking I'm literally taking everything from Seattle, but maybe the quarterback. That's it. And I'll say this, Tony. I say maybe because Seattle's quarterback, at least, we all know I'm not a huge Sam Darnold.
Full circle. We're coming full circle, people.
But listen, you can't tell me that Sam Darnold isn't way more battle tested from having to deal with the division that he's had to deal with in the schedule.
And the coaches. He's been through it. I don't know how many years he's been in the NFL now, but he's been through it in those years. Like he has been on a lot of teams. Even last year.
Sam Darnold.
Even last year, he was amazing all year, and then he has two terrible games. And they just shoo him out of town after he was. And again, I'm not saying that they should.
Well, they didn't want to pay him the big contract. I
didn't believe in him either. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I did believe in him. Because when I saw those two games, I thought he was pretty cooked. So I wouldn't have. But he's come back again and say whatever you want. Like his stats aren't great every game, but he's got a great defense. And he's managed, and then when he had to win it, he went and won it last week. He was awesome in that game. So I agree. He's more battle tested for sure. And Drake May hasn't seen a defense like, he did Houston, and Houston played great that game.
And Houston gave him issues, and even Denver. And I know you don't like Denver's defense as much, but Denver's defense gave him issues.
I don't give that as much credit just because of the weather, but I get what you're saying.
No. I'm not letting you do this because the first half there was no weather.
Yeah, the first half he was bad too. I agree.
So in Sam Darnold drafted in 2018 by the New York Jets. So 2018, he's been in the league
or so, 7 or 8 years.
He's been in the league. He's been around, Tony. He's been around the block.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like a clear-cut advantage. Like if you flip the teams, it would be a big advantage. But like in their current spots, I don't think it's like if you just flip Darnold and May, like it'd be a landslide. But they're in different teams. He's got a lot more to work with. He's got a better defense. All the stuff's in his favor. So, yeah.
First quarter under gotta be in play. Reminds me of the UFC fights where
pickle. I like
that for the first 5 minutes. I agree.
I'm worried about the unders. Like I like them just like you guys. I feel good about it. It's just, man, I don't know. I feel a little worried about the total for some reason.
I'm not with you. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I mean, the smart
outside
play
of
feels
Seattle's
like
4-40, then I'd be worried. I just know this team. If they get up 20-6, they are gonna just try and sit on this thing and ride it out. they're not going to do the thing like when Jalen Hurts put the dagger in the Kansas City Chiefs. I get that because that's Pat Mahomes. Like, I get it. I get calling that play in Devontae downfield. I totally understand that. That's Patrick Mahomes. You gotta kill Patrick Mahomes. You gotta finish him. This isn't.
Even on the Super Bowl show, Matty Ice, we still get the UFC references.
What did I say? He said UFC. No, Breaking Board said it. I didn't say anything. He said it. I just read his message. That's it.
Stafford and UFC, no matter what, we always come back to it, Matty Ice.
If you want a UFC winner, Mario Batista is winning tomorrow. Just book that thing. -155 is a gift. The dude should be -300. Don't even understand that. -155 gift.
Me and Josh Lee are back together.
I think they're scoring 6, maybe 7.
The only scary part for me too is now you're giving that score where they're only scoring 6 after you've been against them all year. You're bringing your juju on me here.
Oh, you don't like it? I'm sprinkling it on. Hey, Sam Darnold, I'm finally on your trade. I can't wait. Sam Darnold throws a pick 6. You won't find a guy happier than me. Just running around, even with my Seattle bets, you won't.
That's my fear. The only way I think I can lose the game is if like that happens right away, pick 6, and then they go 3 and out or something. So just all the momentum's on the other side. That's how I feel like I can lose the game. That's the only way though. Like don't let them go up like 7, like versus the Rams where they went up 11 or whatever it was. It's lights out if they get a lead like that. It's over. But
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that first half of the Rams where they get that momentum swing kind of towards the end of the half and they score like that, it's going to be over. Yeah. But if New England like houses a punt or returns a kick or something weird, pick 6, tip ball, anything can happen, obviously. It's like that's how New England kind of hangs in this game, in my opinion. But Tony, do you want to go through DFS first and then we can talk?
Yeah, definitely DFS first. Yeah.
All right. So let me pull up the old Saber Sim here.
I can pull up the Gambly too for some of the props after we look at the DFS.
All right. So I got Saber Sim up on the screen here. Captains. Let's look at the captains here first, Tony. So top captains on this slate right now: JSN, Kenneth Walker, Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, Sam Darnold look like the 5 highest owned captains. So first off, with just the highest owned captains, obviously, do you like those rankings with the ownership? Do you disagree with anything? What do you think of those 5 looks like the top tier captains for this week?
I mean, just for me, the New England side, there's no way I'm using Ramondre, obviously. I mean, at the ownership we're seeing on, God dang it, I did it in the wrong spot on Saber. Hold on one second. In Saber Sim, because
I am not secretly betting the Pats. I am debunking this right now. I am debunking this. I am putting my hard-earned money on the under in Seattle alt. I'm going to make it even worse. I might bet Seattle up to like -19.5 just to make Tony really worried. I'm really worried if I start betting.
I'm going to be in there with you.
Yeah. See?
It's always in Saber Sim with my OCD. Like sometimes I'm on flex and I think I'm on captain and I start removing players. And once I remove the players, I realize it's in the flex and it's too late. So I had to fix that. But the New England side, I mean, there's no way I'm using Ramondre. I'm actually so happy that he's as high owned as he is, just looking at it. And really the receivers, I just don't like New England enough. So for me personally, which obviously we're doing the show for our takes, I don't see how I'm using any, even in 150 for the Super Bowl. I just still don't think I'm using any New England, even Drake May, because the thing about using Drake May is you're still getting 15% captain for sure, 65%, 70% overall. I mean, I just don't need that in the captain. I'm perfectly fine just using him in flex. He's going to get enough ownership that I just don't need it in the captain. I don't need my share of that. So for me personally, it's easy just to cut the New England guys out of there. Super freaking easy. I really, if I used anyone, it would be Drake May though. Just to if I wanted to like get a little hedge into my 150, which I might. 150 teams. I don't know if I need to just go full blown all into it, but I do feel pretty confident in Seattle. Where I don't know if I probably won't have any New England, and I honestly don't think the Seattle side is like that crazy of spots. Just looking through it. Obviously, JSN's going to be in there. Obviously, even though I think New England's great against the run, Kenny Walker's still going to be in my MVP pool. Is he second on there for you for 20%? I think it's a tough matchup, but you had the great call last game of his receiving work, which was just an easy win, like just getting in it. I think it's a pretty decent matchup as far as expectation. Like, I feel like everyone knows it's a tough matchup. I still think he's going to catch. How many did he catch in the last game? I know his yards were
four for 49 yards.
Yeah, I think we see something similar to that in the Super Bowl. 4 or 5 catches, 40, 50 yards. And when we get to the props, those will be some of the props that I'm on for sure too. I like Kenny Walker. I've always liked, and I like his work where Holani will come in for some third down work, which actually I like Holani a little bit too, just because he had more of a role than I thought last game, where he was in there. Like I was shocked. I didn't think he would play that much, and he honestly looked good. He had one bad drop, I think, in the first half on third down or something, where he just dropped an easy one, and it was super frustrating. But after that, he was awesome. So you got JSN, Kenny Walker, Darnold. I think I'd have to include in there, I guess, just because of who you can pair him with. Like, I'm definitely double pairing him if I put him in the captain. But you play JSN, Cooper Kupp, who had a great game last game, and I like guys like Cooper Kupp in the games like this more than ever because his time's running up. He doesn't have the same legs he had, but he can rise up for one game just like he did last game with some big plays, and his price is still so cheap. I won't play Cooper Kupp in the captain, but like in Darnold builds, I think he fits nice as my number 2 or even number 1 receiver on a team where maybe you play like Kupp and Barner, Shaheed, 2 of those 3 or something. Makes some sense to me. Seattle's defense, I'll leave in my captain pool. I don't want a ton, but if they're 1% captain, maybe I get 3% Seattle or something. I definitely think there's a path that this game plays ugly, and Seattle's defense, it ends up. And honestly, the Patriots, I wouldn't put the Patriots defense in captain, but I think the Patriots defense is one of my favorite New England plays as we go through that when we get to the other side. I like the defenses because if it goes way under like we think it could, just say Seattle's offense does struggle against New England, then I'm like incredibly confident that the game plays super ugly, which you'll be feeling good if you're sitting on a team with both defenses, which I think not many people will do. Just 2 defenses in there in an ugly game where you play maybe the running backs and defenses and stuff. So I like that. AJ Barner, I think, could be a captain even. Just the way him and Shaheed, I think, are the 2 cheaper guys that I would like in the captain. So what does that leave me with? JSN, Kenny Walker, Darnold, Seahawks, Barner, Shaheed, 6 captains total. That's pretty much. But unlike Shaheed, he's projected 2%. Maybe I go 5%. AJ Barner's 3%. Maybe I go 5%. Like, I'm literally talking 5% Seahawks, Barner, Shaheed, maybe 10 to 15% Darnold, and then the rest just JSN and Kenny Walker. Jason Myers too. I could be talked into that in a low-scoring game.
That was a long-winded answer, Tony. I will just say you talked about Holani's workload, and I went and looked through it. So it was a 61 to like 35% split of the snaps between Kenny and Holani in the biggest game of the year for them, which is pretty wild to me. And Holani didn't get a lot of rushing touches. It was 19-3, so 73% for Kenny Walker, only 11% of the rushes. But he got 17 routes run, and Kenny Walker only had 11. So that just tells you, though, Kenny Walker's just so efficient with his catches. Like they're all just like easy catches where he can run after the catch when he gets it. So I think both of those guys receiving props are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like betting them both over. I could see both of them going over. So when I look at the top tier captains, I kind of agree with you on if I were to play a Patriots captain, it would only be Drake May, because the only way I see it would be like Drake May being awesome in winning this game for them. That's the way I see the Patriots winning. I don't think they win like an ugly game, because I think an ugly game leans more to Seattle anyways. They win the ugly games, I think, more times than the Patriots do, to be honest with you. So
I definitely think that's true. Like if it's a shootout, I could see New England having a much better chance
because you like the quarterback more, you know what I mean? So it would like lean into it technically, but
the defenses do, like Seattle's defense was wearing down at the end of that Rams game. They got somewhat lucky at the end because they were out of
pressure though. That I mean, when you have Puka Nacua just like in Devontae, it's just so different. Like it's just got to be so different when you.
It's just a different world. All football, all sports snowball. When that momentum starts going and the other team starts scoring, it was for Seattle too. Like they kept scoring.
Like the play that you were pissed about with the taunt.
No, how dare you bring that up on this show?
And then no, but then the next play, Stafford and McVay just call the Puka down the field.
I'm so freaking glad that your Rams didn't win. I would have thought about that taunting penalty for the rest of my life.
No, but my point is though, like that's the type of shit that you get with you're not getting that style from New England. I'm sorry, you're just not. You're not doing that. So they're gonna play it tight. So for me, I'm taking out the Patriots players of my captain pool. And I think I'm taking out Kenny Walker from Seattle as well. I think Kenny Walker is a great flex play. I think he's going to be in the winner in the flex. I just don't know if he's going to have that upside that we're going to need to get him to the top tier spot. So then I look at the next tier of guys. JSN. I think JSN is the clear best spend. If you're spending up at captain, he's by far the number one for me. I guess Sam Darnold by proxy of elimination would be number two, Tony, just because I eliminated Kenny Walker and all the Patriots. So I don't really have that many other spots. But there's one guy that's sticking out to me because I feel like both these teams are going to play tight, and I feel like we're going to get the kicker game, Tony. I feel like Jason Myers, MVP or captain or whatever, he's going to have a lot of opportunity here. I don't think Seattle's going to feel the pressure to have to go for it on like a bunch of fourth downs against this offense. And I feel like they're just going to take the points. It's the Super Bowl. They're going to take the points. If they don't get it, it's not a big deal. You know, make Drake May have to methodically move the football down the field and score points on your defense. You know what I mean? Like, just take it. And I think they will. So I do think Jason Myers makes a lot of sense for me. And I like your take on the Seattle defense too. I don't think I'm going to do it on a ton, but I do think you could play a Seattle defense build in an ugly game. Who knows? Maybe there's only 2 touchdowns in the whole game, and they're one of them, Tony. You know, that's, I think, in the realm of possibilities for sure.
It's like always with Showdown, like you just have to build scripts, and some of your scripts have to be a low-scoring defensive game where the defense – because couldn't you see it too? Like some of these Super Bowls with dominant defenses, right away you get like a safety or a pick six, or like, what if Seattle gets a pick six right away?
You just said that, and then Breaking Board just said safety. It's just, yeah.
I mean, whenever I've always been too, and the people that have watched our shows for the last 12 years, I always lean defense when it comes to these big games, and I don't know why. It's just naturally what I'm drawn to. Even back when, like, Peyton Manning, I love Peyton Manning, and they went against Seattle. Like, one of my biggest bets ever was Seattle, defense versus offense. And that was the good offense before Peyton Manning started to really get – he won it when he was worse than that. But I just like defense in these games because pressure mounts in the Super Bowl, obviously. And defense is going to be the easier position to play with pressure. You're just going to, unless that's what I mean, though. Once you get over the hump and it starts to snowball, then it goes the other way. But you got to get it that way first. Like the defense is going to be swarming. So safety and I could see them scoring on defense first. First score of the game, defense.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I'm with you too. I think teams play tighter, especially these type of teams where I'm sorry, but like the quarterbacks are like the untested. Like we're getting Sam Darnold and we're getting Drake May. It's like, okay, how do you call the game? I mean, I watched New England call the game just saying like, okay, Drake, don't fuck it up the last 2 games. Literally the last 2 games. They were like, just don't fuck it up horribly. Don't do what CJ Stroud's doing and we'll win these games. And I watched them just like run and give the ball back to the other offense, just saying like, you can't move the football. We'll bet you can't move the football and score enough points. So who's to say this game's just not low scoring and like that? I mean, where the defense is kind of the differentiating point. So I like the defense. I like Myers. Yeah, Myers 2+ field goals is juice. And that's where you pull the Tony and just go right to 3. If 2's juice, you just go right to 3, get that plus number.
I always do that with kickers too. Like in these, I've done it all year long. Like when you see the 2's minus and the 3's the big plus, I always just do the 3.
So Spencer Smith's asking, and Tony, you do this all the time when you go in a Saber. Like, how would you boost a kick if you really like a kicker on a slate? What are you like boosting to or are you like running Saber constantly? Like you boost it a little bit, you run it, see how much you get, and say like, oh, I want more, or that's perfect, or I want less. How do you do that?
So I like to tinker a little, and I have a pretty good feel for it now with kickers because they're always projected like 8. So like, for example, Myers, you look at him, tons of double-digit games this year. Like, I don't know the exact without counting them, but maybe like 9 or 10 double-digit games on the year. So like, if I like Myers, which I do, his projection's 8.73 in SaberSim. I just don't see how you're not boosting him at least by a field goal. So I always put 0.44 because I like it, but just say you bump him a field goal, 11.73. So at 8.73, I was getting 31% of him already. So that's where you got to be a little careful too, though, because you don't want like 65% kicker in your 150 or something. Like, even if you love a kicker, you don't want. I mean, Myers and Seattle's defense are a little bit of an anomaly, though, because they have like big time upside for their projections where they've had some monster games. So maybe I wouldn't be too mad about getting 60, but in general, just bump him a field goal to 11.73, which is going to push him ahead of all of the mid-range. Like he's going to be ahead of all the mid-range guys. And I think you're going to get a bunch. And that's what I'm doing with my projections right now. So like you got all the studs as we're going through, because I want to get my content up tonight so that it's up all for the weekend, just to kind of have for people. We'll have the video and we'll have all the content up for whoever wants it. But so I'm looking at it, and obviously from, I would say Ramondre up. So you got JSN, Kenny, Darnold, Drake May, Ramondre, the top 5. I would find a way to rank them however you want to. Like obviously JSN, probably the highest for me by a lot. Like you said, I'm the same as you, and the way Sabres got it. But rank them top 5, and I know their prices aren't the same, but just make their projections 1 through 5, which for me would be JSN. It's where it gets a little tricky with the 2 quarterbacks and Kenny. I think you would rank it the quarterbacks and then Kenny. I still, my hot take might be just Kenny more than, I guess it's not a hot take with the ownerships though, because a lot of people are like that. Would be probably Kenny and then however you want to put it. That part I'm not sure on, so I don't want to say it. But then you go down below that, who do you rank next? Like Diggs is the highest price, Hunter Henry. But for me, I might have Jason Myers ahead of all of that riffraff in there. And so like Diggs is 11.25 on yours. I would just bump Myers above Diggs, and that's kind of set. And then I would bump Seattle's defense too up a little bit because they're only down at 7 right now. I'd bump them maybe 3 too. So all of a sudden you got Myers at 11 and you got Seahawks at 10. and they're kind of more in that mid-range, which Diggs is, even if Diggs is still projected more than the kicker in defense, he's so much more expensive that it's not going to really matter that much. You could still, like, even if you put Diggs slightly ahead of them, but it's just it's gonna level out with the projections. So that's how I would do it. And then you just got to rank each range, and the mid-range is huge in this game. All the New England receivers, all the riffraff is in this mid-range in this game. So it's a big range. And like, for example, so say I have like Booty and Matt Collins are similar projections, 7.5, 6.85. No matter what I do, I want an order. So I just want to rank these guys from maybe you go up a little higher, like start with Barner and go down. And I know Myers is in that range, but put him up higher. And Seahawks D, I bumped a little too. But this whole range, I would just find a way to rank it. Barner, Shaheed, Booty, Hollins, Patriots defense, all these guys. Just find a way to rank it by your projection and see what happens. And it's tough. It's tougher than you think it is when you start looking at this mid-range. There's a lot of very similar plays, which is another reason you gotta take stands, though. You gotta see who you like the most. Maybe it's Cooper Kupp you like in this range the most. Just project him more than these guys. It's tough, though, because you got to do each one. And then the thing I like about it, it'll give you the percentages, and you know who you're rooting on. You know who your fades are. You know who you're heavy on just by doing that process.
Yep, exactly. So like going through the mid-range here, Tony, like who is it? Because you still got to play some New England. So like,
yeah,
who do you like from New England? Because like I can pick out like one or two guys that I don't mind, but it's like Hunter Henry feels overpriced, and he's had two bad games in the playoffs so far against two of the better defenses they faced all year. Now they face another really good defense. But we all know Drake May likes to throw to the tight end spot. And I guess it'd be one of the better spots to maybe attack Seattle. But I don't know, like Hunter Henry, 7K, that's a high price tag to swallow for Hunter Henry.
It's a very high price tag. And Diggs. It's why I really, with the New England side, I mean, honestly, yeah, instead of going by price, it's probably better to do it this way. It's tough to click like 8,600 for, unless you like New England, man, how are you going to get to 8,600 for Diggs? And look at his ownership. It always reflects it. We've done so many shows that even before you look at the ownership, when you look at the price, you just know he's going to be low owned. And Diggs and Henry, their prices are so high that it's near impossible to get to them. So, I mean, when I just run my 150 naked, I'm getting 1% Diggs and 4% Henry, which, yeah. I mean, I need more than that. I don't want literally none of these guys, because if New England does play good, I mean, it could be these guys for sure. And you don't want – so say they're both – like right now I got them both somewhere in the low 20s owners. I know it says 15% for Henry. I think it'll be higher still. Just the way the numbers come through. Just say low 20s, though. Say they're both low 20s. I want like 10% of both. Like somewhere around 10% to where I have some. Because you don't want, even if we love Seattle, you don't want Diggs to get the 30-yard touchdown and you're just stone dead.
And he's the one Patriot you needed or something like that.
And he's their best option. He's a big game guy. Like, it's just, even if you don't, and this is what I've gotten better over the years from like JBC and Rubio and these 150 players that are really good, trying to learn from them. You don't, even if we don't, I don't like Diggs and Henry. You don't like them with this price. So if you're playing one team, yes, it's easy. If you're playing three teams even, it's easy to just not play them. But if you're, and that's probably why me and you are better at 1 to 3 teams than most people at 150, because we can just fade the guys we don't like. And we always used to, even in the
range or the plays that we don't like. And that's easier said than done for some people than it is others.
And just let Saber do the work for you. Just get it to where you're getting like 10%. And so you might have to run it a bunch of times and play with the numbers and stuff, but or you can just force it. I don't like forcing it as much though, with like the min and max numbers. I'd rather just do it through projections, just because then I know what I'm getting. But Yeah, Diggs and Henry, maybe like 10%. But then you get down into the actual range that I think's interesting, where you got Booty, still a little expensive for me, but 60. I at least think he could get there just talent wise. Matt Collins is a touchdown machine, and he's down at 3,600. He's the guy I get a lot of.
Touchdown machine and Matt Collins in the same sentence.
He always catches touchdowns in these spots like this. He just always freaking does. He just always. But just running it naked, I get 43% Matt Collins somehow.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
it's just because of his price. He's 3,600. It fits. Busted Douglas, our boy Busted Douglas, 3,200. I don't love him in this spot. I don't like the matchup as much. Austin Hooper, though, at 2K might be my favorite. I don't think it's a Kyle Williams spot down there. Austin Hooper at 2K, though, touchdown upside, price is good. I like the underneath dump offs in this spot, too. It's like Hunter Henry's too expensive for it, but Austin Hooper, maybe you just get the dollar store version of Hunter Henry, and maybe Hooper catches a touchdown or something. Because in this game, I could see a touchdown for one of these cheap guys being good. And even Jack Westover, I don't think he'll probably score, but leave him in because he's 200. In a game like this, I would, as long as he's active, which he will be, just leave him in there. Even if he's like right now, I have him projected for half a point. Like even at half a point, just see what you get. I only get 4% of him, but maybe that 4% is with 5 just monsters and they all crush. And then Westover gets 2 points or so. And in the Super Bowl, they run some trick stuff too. Who knows? Maybe he throws a touchdown or something. Like they run a little option play or something and he throws it. You never know what these freaking teams are going to do in the Super Bowl. So definitely leave Westover in. Now, my favorites, though, would be Hooper, Matt Collins, and Booty a little higher up would be the 3. And the Patriots defense. I don't want to forget about the Patriots defense because Darnold can throw it away. He's got the most turnovers in football this year. Even though I love Seattle, the Patriots defense, do not forget about them. They're projected 11% owned, 12% owned, 13 on Sabre. I want like 20% Patriots defense, even though I love Seattle.
Yeah, I like the Patriots defense call for sure. The way I would rank this range, so one, I kind of prefer, like, I don't hate your take on Matt Collins. Touchdown monster is a little overboard there, in my opinion. But I don't hate it because I think one of these guys on the outside makes a play. I think Henry, Diggs, they're going to struggle and their price tags are high. But like all they need is one big play, Tony, right? Like the Booties, the Hollands, the Kyle Williams, like the deep threat down the field. And this dude, Seattle's got one weak link in the chain. And this dude's name is Reek Wooland. He holds on every single play. Finally, Devontae Adams said, fuck it, hold me. I'm just going to shove you to the ground if they're going to let us play like this. And then I'll catch the football in the second half. Because he just holds on every single play. And Kayshon Boutte, he fights through contact. He's a tough dude on the outside. So is Matt Collins. But Boutte makes some tough catches. That one-handed grab he had against Derek Stingley in the divisional game or whatever it was, that was one of the best catches you will see in the entire playoffs or this season, honestly, with how big the catch was. And it kind of iced the game too on top of it, making it against one of the best cornerbacks in the league, one-on-one down the field. And Drake May will put it up. That's the one thing about Drake May. So I wouldn't be shocked for one of these guys to make a nice contested catch play. I think it's Boutte. So I like him probably the most. And then it would be like, Matt Collins, Kyle Williams, Douglas in that order. I think, because I want one of these cheap guys. And I think I'm going to have max 2 Patriots on all my teams. So like max 2, I don't want any more than 2. So I will have 5 ones, obviously. And yeah, but Boutte's definitely my favorite. And I like your Patriots D call. So I'm going to have to bump them a little bit to make sure I get some of them, because those are the weird builds where you somehow bank like a 4-2 Seahawks with the Patriots D as one of your two. Like, people won't like those builds. They're not going to hit naturally.
I just can't emphasize enough how important it is if you use the Saber Sim type stuff to rank this mid-range by your projections, because it is a lot harder than it seems for this game more than ever. I mean, they're like the difference between Barner, Shaheed, Matt Collins, Booty. It is splitting hairs in there. Like, these guys are all very similar. So I just can't emphasize enough how important it is.
Let's be honest, like Shaheed, he is the same thing. Like, as I was just talking about, like, he needs to catch a bomb.
Yes. If
Like,
he doesn't catch a bomb, he will not be in the winner. Even if he returns a punt for a touchdown, he will not be in the winner. That's only 6 points. He's got to catch a bomb.
Yep.
Which he can catch a bomb. That's where you're splitting hairs.
Hey, Marvin Mims almost caught a bomb on the Patriots. Like, it could be the same exact thing. Like, Marvin Mims got tackled, kind of like how Rashid got tackled last week when he caught the big play. But all we need is for him to not get tackled and catch the bomb, right? That's all we need. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but it could, and that's what you kind of need. So yeah, not that I love Shaheed or anything like that, but he's definitely going to be in the pool, because man, when he catches that bomb, Tony, you're just mint when he catches it, and there's not many touchdowns in the game, but he has the one. So I do like AJ Barner a little better, just like on the surface, than him. But even AJ Barner, like let's be honest, like it's not like he's done a ton in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, he's done like nothing. I mean, he literally had 0 in the one game.
Kind of like Hunter Henry. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
These guys have done nothing with the tight ends.
And they're gonna get ownership. And again, I'm gonna play plenty of AJ Barner, but I'm not like he's 30% owned in my ownership projections. I don't need 30% AJ Barner, even though I like Seattle. That's why these rankings are just so it's almost like an MMA slate. I'll bring it back for you, like always.
Oh, yeah, bring it back.
Where like my ownerships, though, like when you're like look in golf, like those sports where if Scotty Scheffler's 30% owned, I base everything off that ownership. So if I want more Scotty, I'm at 50 or 60. If I want less Scotty, I'm not fading him, but I'm at 15 or 20 type thing. Same thing with like Barner. Like if I know for sure he's 25 to 30%, I'm good with like 15 to 30 when I put in those numbers. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're pretty in line with what we like here. I mean, it's
what about what happens if like this Elijah Arroyo is active? Would you play some if he got he didn't play last game. It was a coach decision.
If they said for sure that he was gonna get plays and be in there, I would. But I'm a little scarred from last game because he was active last game, right? Or no?
No, he wasn't, and it was a coach.
Oh, he was gonna be, and then he wasn't at the last second. Because when we did the show, he was gonna be active, and then he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. So let's say he's active for this. It's not a coach. He's active for the game.
I would play him if he was active, if he was in there, which he could be. And his price is what? It is it's 1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely play him. I mean, in that range, like Jake Bobo, I'd probably play Arroyo. Yeah, and I know he just caught the touchdown, and I'll leave him in the player pool, but I would play Arroyo over Bobo.
They like Arroyo's a big target in the red zone. So I don't think he would play a ton, but where he would play would give him an opportunity to maybe catch a random touchdown. So, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think it's crazy either. But you need inactives. You got to see if he's active. You got to make sure that he's good to go. But yeah, Tony, I think we talked about everything. Oh, we didn't really talk about him, but there's no way you're trusting Travion Henderson, right? No.
I mean, I'm not taking him out of my player pool because he's still got one play upside to the house. But yeah, I mean, 100%. I'm not like right now in the 150 that I'm actively working on. I got 3%, and he's going to be. I would guess he gets to 10% or close to 10% ownership when it's all said and done. I want a tiny sliver of him just because he's another guy. And again, for a lot of these New England guys, I'm literally just going to try to get a little half the field or something. And like the good ones like Travion, it's still one play though. Like if he gets one broken play, which we've seen from Seattle a few times in the playoffs, just one random play like gets through there, it could be Travion. So I don't want to fade it, but no, I mean, to answer your question, I definitely don't like him.
Yeah.
But again, in the 150, I mean, I'm not going to just full fade it.
64 snaps where the running backs played, almost 94% went to Stevenson, 6% went to Travion. He had 4 snaps, and 3 of those went for rush carries. They just don't trust this dude in the pass protection, especially. And look at the playoffs. What has Drake May really struggled with, Tony? He struggled with holding on to the football. He struggled with, the pass rushes and stuff. And you got to have guys you trust to help him out, especially when you're going against a top tier defense like they're going to be going up against. You don't think ball security and keeping Drake May up is like the number one priority and stuff. So, man, maybe he gets a couple carries, like you said, and who knows, maybe he busts one. But it's tough to do that against the Seattle defense. So I'll take my chances that he, even 10, 12 yards, okay, fine. But like, he's going to have to house one. And I just don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, totally.
So, all right, that's the whole DFS thing. Let's do our antis real quick before we get into the props here. So I just, this is by Flex Ownership, Tony, and I will raise the screen here. That's sorted. You see that good?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do antis first. Who is your anti-play, Tony? Someone that you are going to be much lower than the field or fading?
Yeah, I want to be clear too, especially in the Super Bowl. I'm going to play a lot of teams and I'm going to play a lot of different stuff. So I'm probably not going to full fade anyone, just full fading. I wanted that to be clear because I know how people are. When the Melo situation comes up and I win with one of these guys, I don't want people saying it. But you'll be able to look at my percentages and they will definitely match up with being way under the field. There's just no one up top on that list that I could fade more than Ramondre. Like 40% owned. Could even end up higher because of the price, I think. I'm looking at the rest of those guys, and I don't feel incredible about it. So it's got to be Ramondre as my anti-play. I don't see how it could be anyone else up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it a little different route here, and I'm gonna go with the entire Patriots captain board. Yeah. I'm just taking them out. I'm taking out all the Patriots captains, and because that's something I'm actually going to do, as opposed to just completely fade. Even though I'm going to be I'm going to be almost completely fading Ramondre too.
Pull up just the captains for New England.
Yeah, just the captains.
Like, look at all this ownership we get off by doing it. I mean, you're talking 20, 30. I mean, you're talking 35% of the captain pool. That's how you, without full fading guys. That's how you get a little bit different.
Because Stevenson, even though we don't like him, like the amount of time, the amount he's on the field, he could just volume his way, even if it's bad, to 10 points and be on the winner.
I honestly think he gets to like 12 or 13. And that might be on the winner. Like I easily could be.
It just depends on how ugly of a fucking game. But imagine like a kicker or defense captain build, Tony, where it's just all the studs with it. And Ramondre just has the 12 that you needed from New England.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go that route there. All right. Do you want to pull the props up here?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Let's pull up Gambly real quick.
Yeah, let's take a quick swoop through, and then we'll have all of our bets up in the Discord. I don't want to give it all away because this is a free show, obviously. And I'm going to put like a whole, and JSU I'm sure will too for the Super Bowl, but a whole like prop booklet of everything I'm on and the bets. So I don't want to give it all away on this show, but get in our Discord, sign up. We should do something too for the if you need a discount code to get in, slide into my DMs. I'll get you a discount code because Super Bowl is going to be good. And we got other stuff following it up. March Madness in a month, all the different stuff like that. So
at Big T44 DFS on Twitter, if you want to slide in.
Share screen. I'm not as good with the all. Here we go.
Seattle's going to blow the Patriots off the map. All right, Chris.
Okay, let's go to old Gambly. Let's go to Super Bowl. Let's see what we got up here. Yeah, I mean, there's just another reason too that I want to just post all our stuff in the disc. There's just so many props and stuff, and so many people that are going to go to Super Bowl parties and all this stuff where there's just so many things you could bet on that it makes it fun, and some of the like boards that you could come up with. So let's see. Obviously, we like Seattle. Let's look at the MVP stuff. So quarterback, they got all kinds of different stuff on here. I want like some of the exacts though. Total touchdowns. So, do you like these exact bets? Like, I never like it when it's like exact. It just doesn't feel like you get good enough odds. Like,
no, I feel
7 touchdowns and you only get 5-1 odds. Like, that just doesn't. It just doesn't feel.
And I'm on the under, so I'm not really on that side anyways. But yeah, no, I don't like them as much.
Some of the stuff too, like some of the bets, I wish like coin toss. Every site should just be plus 100. Get some action on there. Like, you don't have to make money on everything. I'm trying to get to some of the some of the fun ones here. Will there be an octopus? What does that mean? Will there be an octopus? Why would there be an octopus?
Just bet it just for fun.
I might. It's plus 3,500. I mean, I mean, it makes me feel like they know something or something out there. So all these sites have a freaking thing. Like, look at what's the deal with the octopus?
I don't know. How is it 15 on DK and 35? What?
I'm never gonna push someone, but if you're gonna bet the octopus, you might as well take the 35 there. That's an extra pretty good total punts in the game. These are the type of bets I like. I'm actually writing this one down for one I'm gonna bet. 7.5 punts. I think we both like the under. If you like the under, how could you not see more punts than that?
Yeah, I like it. Both these teams could play a little conservative. I could see it.
Total punts, player versus field. What's this? The field. Sam Darnold. What's player versus field mean anyway? It's just that they're the MVP.
Yeah, I don't know why
it's player versus field. I don't
know why it's stated like that, but
yeah,
it's weird.
Let me know if you see anything else that looks good in here. Highest score.
No, I definitely, it's not a weird prop, but I definitely like the under rushing for both guys and the over on receiving for both guys.
For the running backs?
For Kenneth, Stevenson, Helani, I like the unders and I like the overs. So yeah, the two props I'm definitely on. And I like Myers for 3+ field goals at let's see, what do we get here? I think it was plus 188.
I guarantee it's like that, or plus 200 maybe even. See if I can find
it. Plus 188 on DK.
There's just so many things on here. Usually there's obviously way less. Field goals.
Where do we go to find like all the MVP odds? Like for the whole.
I can type anything in there if we want.
I just want to see everyone's odds. I want to see like the difference between like Darnold and I don't know where it is on DK. I don't even see it.
So here we go right here with a lot of the players. Darnold, 120, Drake May. So a lot of these DK has the best. JSN's 5-1 to win the MVP.
See, but like JSN, wouldn't you just go 2 touchdowns for 5-1? It's the same bet.
I mean, if he scores 2 touchdowns, I don't know. He could easily get like 140-1 though.
True. That's true.
So like last game, he was awesome, right? Say that was the Super Bowl last game. Would it have gone to Darnold or JSN though? Is kind of.
I think it would have went to Darnold because Darnold was also really, really good.
Yeah, that's where it's. I guess that's why you're getting 5-1 odds too, because it's tougher for a receiver to get there.
Keep scrolling here.
Who's like a sneaky one? Shaheed would have to return a kick and house one, or have a low scoring game. Diggs 50-1. I mean, some of these defenders are where like 80-1 for the dude with the bad ankle. I mean, I like bets like this. This dude's a monster.
What about Cooper Kupp?
I like Cooper Kupp. What's DK odds for Cooper? Oh, they don't have it up for Cooper. So maybe some of the DK odds aren't up. He could easily catch as a veteran 2 touchdowns.
You know who you need? We need this. We need a lineman.
I like that call a lot.
Fumbles. Drake May will fumble the football.
100-1 right here. That's not even on DK. We'll have to look at DK, but
Leonard,
both of these guys right here, Myers and Lawrence, 100-1.
Leonard Williams and Lawrence at 100-1, I think are interesting.
I love those bets, especially in this one where a low-scoring game. Let's look at Super Bowl field goal bets. Yeah, those of you that haven't seen gambling, this is how nice it is to look for stuff. And then when you want to bet something, like we want to bet, where's our player ones? I probably got to look for player. But say you want it over 3.5, you just click it and it brings it right up to bet now. Makes it super nice. Let's look Jason Myers.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have 2 is definitely massively juiced.
I think you could get a little creative too. We love props, right? I mean, like, what about like a 5, a 5-banger?
Yeah, what's 5?
All kicking points or like stuff like this where you ladder it 13 plus at 5-1 like that, because then you get the touchdowns mixed in too, where you get those extra points and stuff. Like maybe he kicks, what is that, 3 field goals and 4 touchdowns or something if it happened,
or 4 field goals,
4 and 1.
Yeah.
Like that's nice. Let's see. Field goals made. Oh, this is the one I wanted. Alt field goals made. Man, I wish they posted 5. So 4. So we had, what was it? 13 plus was plus 500.
Yeah, I like the 4 right there for plus 620.
You get an extra 120, and technically it's pretty similar bet. I think. Yeah. Like instead of 3 and 3 or 3 and 4, it's just 4. I like this. I honestly like the full 2 plus with some juice, 3 plus, 4 plus. I like where those are at. Extra points. Yeah. Anything else you want? Anybody else want to look for something? Myers MVP.
Is there a favorite touchdown you got, Tony? Anyone sticking out to you for like a touchdown?
Seattle defense.
The defense. I like the defense. If Elijah Arroyo's active, plus 1,000 for an anytime touchdown is nice. If he's active, I don't know if he's going to be active, but I like that. The Kayshon Boutte plus 320 is interesting to me. If you're looking on the Patriots side, I feel like plus 320 is a nice stab. And I like the Seahawks defense at plus 400, but because I think we got the king of the end zone back.
Yeah. Yeah. King of the end zone gets super creative.
Yeah, I'm definitely not betting. I've learned my lesson with this thing. I am not betting like even guys like Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams, like people are going to bet those guys. Like those are going to be the ones people bet.
Yeah.
I got to find like a slower, someone that doesn't score longer touchdowns that
weird stuff happens in Super Bowls.
Like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is not known for like long touchdowns, but I wonder if like betting him is better than betting Rashid Shaheed.
I don't like Shaheed just because everyone, I mean, that's just a popular pick. I kind of like being there. Holani, I think that's an interesting one.
Holani?
Catch a screen and go to the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that. I just know these guys, these longer touchdown odds guys, and what happens when there's only like one? Like the defenses too. Like I want to bet the
The
defenses.
defenses are awesome. Like I don't think I think you'll get good reward on the defenses too for the
You think
Super
so?
Bowl.
I think everyone's going to be betting the defenses.
People are gonna want the last couple times the defense has won. It's paid more than you think. In the Super Bowl, there's way more casuals that are gonna do this. How big is it? 5 million? How big is it? Can't be just one.
I think it's 5. It's either 4
for
or
the Super
5.
Bowl.
Let's see.
There's going to be so many more people betting it for the Super Bowl. Like, it's going to be huge. They should have gone like 10 million.
What did they do? I can't even.
Holani gets 5 touches per game. How many touches do you need to go to the house? And how do you know how many touches he gets anyway?
4 million. They did 4 million.
Man, they should have gone higher. How do you know how many touches he gets? He's played 1 game.
Yeah, and he ran 17 routes. That was more than Kenny Walker. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's
he just doesn't get as many of the rushes, so you don't get. Like,
I don't want the rushes for this bet.
Right.
I want the jump offs.
Right, exactly. You're gonna bet Bobo? No way, Jake Bobo catches 2 touchdowns 2 games in a row.
It looked pretty good last game. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Henry King in the end zone. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like those type of guys, no one wants to bet like the slower tight ends like that, and then they just catch one, and it's like, oh, yeah. That kind of checks out. So, all right, Tony. Anything else here? Obviously, you're on Seattle. You're betting Seattle. You're alting Seattle. I love the under. I'm also on Seattle. I will probably alt Seattle. Anything else you want the people to know? Obviously, if you want more content, first smash the like button on the video. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want more free shows. You want to get notified every time we go live with these free shows. Check us out, runpuresports.com, at Big T44 DFS on Twitter. If you want to slide in, get a little promo code, get in and check out all the bets, all the core plays for the Super Bowl showdown for DFS, Big T's full player pool, my 3-max strategy, all the guys over at Run Pure Sports stuff. We got you covered. Get in there, get a little promo code. You can get in and check it out. Plus all the other sports and bets we've got, and they're going on. Like I said, MMA tomorrow, got NBA all throughout the day, today, tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday. So college basketball still rolling on. We got tons of sports still going, tennis, you name it, we got it here. So check us out, runpuresports.com. Big T, anything else you can think of?
No, it's going to be a fun weekend, though. A lot going on. Like I said, if you want a promo code, reach out, and we'll have a million bets in there, all kinds of stuff in there this weekend. So definitely sign up, check it out. Great weekend to be involved, and let's somehow do something fun tonight or this weekend and take something down for this Super Bowl contest.
Yeah, Boss Bro says he's way behind, but I don't think I've heard a person on New England. We'll get there. You'll get there. You're a little behind.
This is always what happens, though. I'm telling you, just being around betting forever, like this is always what happens. And then this is what I used to do. Like you'd hear this, and then everyone says it, and then everyone on every show says it. Like no one's on New England, and then people end up betting New England. I just have seen it, and I always would do it. Literally in my 20s, I would just always bet New England in this spot. Always. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've gotten way better at betting because I stopped just doing that. And if I know a spot, don't get me wrong, I don't always just bet the other side either. I try to find middle ground. And in this spot, it's just a mismatch. So let everyone else say it. Oh, no one's betting New England. No one likes them. People will bet New England. They'll get plenty of action. Just bet Seattle and go win.
I mean, they have to be getting some action. The line hasn't moved.
And they're not going to just want all the liability on Seattle. No matter what anyone tells you, there's more handle out there than ever. They don't want just all the action against Seattle. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. But it's been a good year, fun year. I can't believe we're finally almost at this point with the Super Bowl. It's crazy how fast the football year goes. It will be missed once it's gone, but we still get one more game to, and I know Big T, he's pumped up. We didn't really get into this at all, but he's super pumped up about the Seattle team being in there, about the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny. He even learned some Spanish. He might sing along for the halftime show. I mean, Big T, you're ready to roll for the halftime show.
I don't even know who Bad Bunny is.
Well, get your dress ready, buddy.
I've never watched
ready.
a Super Bowl halftime show in my life. Actually, I take that back. I did watch when all the rappers were on there 2 or 3 years
Eminem,
ago.
you're lying.
That's all the rappers. I just said that.
Okay.
That was the one I watched. That's like the only one though. All the rappers that year with all I don't even remember who it was now. Jay-Z, whoever it freaking was, all the rappers. I loved it.
I've watched a couple. I still remember Boobgate or whatever you want to call it, Tittygate, whatever.
I didn't even see that until after in the highlights.
You didn't see that live. Yeah, you didn't even see that. Wow. But yeah, no, not something that I try and watch. I do remember the one you're talking about just because I was excited that there was all the rappers for once, and yeah, it's you'd think they'd ask like the players, the fans, to like vote for something like this. Like who do you want for a halftime show? Like they would get so many different responses. That would actually be a good idea. NFL, if you're out there listening, like maybe ask the fans who they want to see. Because
out there listening.
You can literally get anyone you want for the Super Bowl halftime show. It's like one of the biggest shows that someone can perform at. So I don't know, just a good idea maybe for next year. But yeah, no, whatever. We'll get this shitty halftime show that we won't watch, and that's okay. We'll get a game that probably will be shitty as well, blowout, whatever, ugly defensive game. It's fine, whatever. Sam Darnold's going to probably win MVP. We're all going to be disgusted. But I'm going to actually bet a DeMarcus Lawrence or Leonard Williams because those props were juicy. I want to get a little action on one of those defenders, Tony. I could see a defensive guy being the winner.
Oh, I want to see Big T do the sea walk. What's the sea walk? Have I missed out on their dance? Is there a dance?
I have never heard of the sea walk. I'm gonna have to look this up. Is it like a known dance? I want to see.
That's our boy Spencer. It might be a restaurant or something.
Yeah, Spencer. Is that a restaurant? You're supposed to come in here with Big T's restaurant that he's going to lunch now. I know it's lunchtime.
We were talking in the side thread where we're gonna go.
Where's Uncle T want to go? What's Uncle T want?
He's actually a grandpa now, so they just had the kid 2 days ago, so he's been off the grid a little bit. He's I don't think, and it's snowing. He doesn't go out in the snow. He's scared of the snow. But yeah, he's actually a grandpa now. Grandpa T.
Shout out to Grandpa T. Congratulations. That's awesome. Very, very happy for Uncle T, now Grandpa T. Did his name officially change? Is he now Grandpa T?
Yeah, he's Grandpa T now. Yeah, we need to.
Oh, they're saying the Crip Walk. Okay.
Is that what it is? Did he do the Crip Walk?
He said Seattle, like Sea Walk or whatever, and I was confused. Okay, he means the Crip Walk. Yeah, I want to see you do the Crip Walk. Can you do a Crip Walk?
I don't even know what that means. I have to look it up.
You have to look it up. You have to figure it out. But all right, that's going to do it here for this final edition.
In the 70s, it says the Crip Walk was in the 70s.
It's been around for a while.
I see Snoop Dogg doing the is it like the Ray Lewis? It looks like it's like the Ray Lewis, maybe.
Snoop Dogg's definitely doing the sea walk.
Yeah, I see it looks like the Ray Lewis almost.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's out of my pay grade there.
That's out of my pay grade.
That's a good one. Big Whitey 44. Exciting whites.
Gotta love the exciting whites here. All right, that's going to do it for the final edition of the Print Factory for this NFL season. Thank you to everyone who's been watching all throughout the year, hanging out with us, talking winners. We appreciate everyone watching. Don't forget, smash the like button on this video if you enjoyed this final edition of the Print Factory for this year. And good luck in your DraftKings DFS embedding over on DK Sportsbook. For Big T, I'm JSU. Let's smash the Super Bowl. Good luck to everyone out there. We're out. Peace.